The food I'm about to freeze dry today is on the do not freeze dry list, but you know me, I'm gonna try it anyway. There's this food that I am obsessed with that if I could make it homemade, it would be so much better. That random food are bacon bits. These, you know, that you can shake and put onto salads? I mean, this one is just full of a bunch of fake junk. You have this one here that's real bacon pieces. We still have a ton of added ingredients to it. I'm sure to make it shelf stable, but can't I do this with my freeze dryer? We're gonna find out. I might regret this. This might be a huge disaster, but you know me, we're gonna find out together. So let's head home and get to work. Time to get going on some bacon. First thing I'm gonna do to get it ready for the freeze dryer is cook it first. I'm not gonna cook it in a pan. Have you started cooking your bacon in the oven? It really is so much easier and faster and cleaner, less messy than doing it on the stove. Before I forget, I need to turn my oven on. I'm gonna cook it at 375 degrees and it usually cooks for like 20 to 30 minutes, I would say. I would just watch it and keep an eye on it. When it looks a level of cooked that you like, then just pull it out. So the ideal way to cook bacon in the oven is to put it on a metal wire rack, like a cooling rack that you would use for like cookies and stuff. Put the bacon on there and then over a baking sheet, because then the fat just drips off of it. But my wire rack got all rusty and gross, so I don't cook on it anymore. So I just do it with parchment paper underneath, and it's fine. It does like sit in the grease, but we're gonna like blot all the grease off once it comes out of the oven anyway. I'm looking out my window and my sheep is right up there. It's living its happy best life. I'm glad to see that the sheep has survived all of the random snow we've been getting lately. Because normally they're not up there when it's like still snowing, but we've just had like an early fall spring. And maybe that's why the sheep came. I don't know. Or maybe they are always out there and I just can't see them because there's snow everywhere. Don't know, but glad the sheep is there and healthy and happy and thriving. I've got 2 sheets of bacon ready to go into the oven. I'm just waiting for it to heat up. I'm thinking that after this is all done and freeze dried, and if it turns out the way I'm hoping that it does, we should make egg salad and put bacon bits in the egg salad. I love bacon in my egg salad. Sometimes if I make like an egg salad sandwich, I just like put strips of bacon on it, like inside the sandwich. But it's also so good if you just mix it into the egg salad itself. And I've got a bunch of eggs right now. So that will be the plan for after these come out of the freeze dryer, as long as it's not a disaster. You know how the news sometimes like over exaggerates stories and things that are happening? I just came across a post on Facebook that says an 11,000-foot volcano in Alaska is showing signs of activity and may explode at any moment, with residents preparing for a state of emergency. And the photo says, terrified locals brace as Alaska volcano shakes with non-stop earthquakes. This is an article from the United Kingdom. And they're not wrong that the volcano is showing more activity and we are on heightened alert and awareness that a potential eruption could happen. I showed you in a previous video what we are doing to prepare for a possible eruption. But the worst thing that would happen to anybody in near distance of this volcano is ashfall. This dramatic article is making it sound like way more big of a deal than it actually is. You know, everyone was talking about it like a month and a half or so ago when the news first came out about this volcano, and nothing has been said of it since. Which doesn't mean that the threat isn't there anymore. It's just, we're kind of not all worked up about it like we were when it was like new and exciting. Volcano update, it has not erupted. Haven't heard if it seems any closer or any less likely to happening. So I don't know, we're just kind of waiting to see what happens. But it's not as dramatic as this article is making it sound. My kitchen officially smells like bacon. I mean, that's kind of the benefit of making bacon, is everything just smells like bacon, but it's also then a downfall because I feel like it lingers in the house all night long. Especially like it seeps up to my upstairs and my upstairs smells like bacon, which I don't love, but I enjoy the smell of it in the kitchen. So looking in my oven, My bottom tray definitely looks done. You want it fairly crispy. My top row looks like it needs a little more time. So I'm gonna pull out the bottom tray. I've got kind of a little workstation set up right here. I've got a bowl just lined with foil because I'm gonna dump the grease into that bowl. And then I'll let it harden in the foil and then I can just ball it up and throw it away. That's been my preferred way of getting rid of bacon grease. Or you could obviously save it and use it for like cooking and stuff. And then I'm gonna lay the bacon slices out on my paper towels just for them to get dry and get the grease off. And the best part of using the parchment paper is it's such an easier cleanup. We've got to steal a little taste. So good. Here's my beautiful bacon. It looks so good. Here's my little bowl of bacon grease, and then that's just gonna solidify, and then I can just ball it up. So, love that hack. I'm just gonna cover the tops of these with paper towels while I let it fully come to room temperature and hopefully get a little more crisped up. I've got a couple little errands to run while I let this cool off. Then I'm gonna come back. We're gonna chop it up and make it look like bacon bits and then get it into the freeze dryer. I made it back. I'm gonna start just chopping up my bacon into small little pieces. Well, I guess as small as I can get them. Does this not look so good? It's hard for me to not just eat this. Bacon is life. So when I'm freeze drying this, I have had experience in the past when I freeze dried hot dogs that grease tends to spread throughout the inside of the freeze dryer. Like it was piling up on the sides of the drum and everything, which is not good. So instead of using typical tray liners on my freeze dryer tray, I'm gonna line them with paper towels on the bottom and then paper towels on top to help sup up any grease that might try to spew out of it. This is just the idea that I had, and I am hoping that it works. I forgot to get my freeze dryer going, so I am going to just quickly turn it on. I'm just gonna do regular standard settings. I am not pre-freezing, so I am going to do temperature -10, added freeze time 1 hour, drying temp 120. I'm gonna hit start. And my freeze dryer is turning on from my phone. I don't have to go downstairs and do it, which is fabulous. I've got all 4 trays ready to go. I'm gonna go get these down to my freeze dryer room. I closed up my drain valve. We can load these trays up. Now I very well know that this could be a greasy disaster, but it also might be amazing. I am not doing this to preserve bacon for like 25 years. The fat in this meat is not going to be shelf stable for long. But if it gets light and crispy and crunchy, it's gonna be such a good snack and just something we're gonna gobble up right away, which is what I'm really looking forward to, if this works, how it is in my head. Is it possible that it ends up just a soggy, gross mess? It's possible. And we're off to the races. I do want to thank you for always being here and supporting the crazy things that I do sometimes in my freeze dryer. I know some of you have said thank you for trying that and failing at it so that I know not to try that food. And I'm happy to be the guinea pig for it all. I love giving you guys new ideas for things to freeze dry and just showing you how they turn out. And I also love getting ideas from y'all because you guys share with me so many great tips and tricks, and I am just so grateful. So just know I am so grateful for you. You are all the best. Thank you for watching my videos and just being here, supporting me, interacting with me in the comments. It's so much fun. So we will know how this turns out, hopefully by tomorrow. And then we'll go from there and see if we're gonna be making our delicious egg salad or not. I'm working tomorrow at the school. Wish me luck in your head, even though you're seeing this in the future and I'll already be done, but you know, it's all good. See you tomorrow. It's been 26 hours. My bacon I do not see grease piled up here like on my window or anywhere on the sides of the freeze dryer. So I think grease-wise, we're looking good. All right, let's reveal how the bacon looks. It looks just like it did when it went into the freeze dryer. Let's check out the texture. I mean, it's definitely just like breakable. This is more of a meaty piece. But even the fat pieces kind of break. You can see like the fat is still greasy, which I expected. It actually looks very good. To get the actual like bacon bits consistency, like, you know, the kind you shake or that's like in the little bags, I probably should have chopped this up smaller. I still could chop it smaller if I wanted to, but if I'm eating it on like a salad or in an egg salad, I want it this size because I want to be able to taste it. So I think next we got to taste it. I'm kind of curious if it's just going to taste like overcooked bacon. Like, you know, when you cook it too long and it's just crunchy and dry. Okay, I have thoughts. It's much more pleasant than overcooked dried bacon because when you chew it, it just kind of like crumbles and melts in your mouth a little bit. It tastes really, really good. I think that's going to be so good in an egg salad, which I've got my eggs upstairs right now cooking so that we can make an egg salad together after this. That is going to be so good. And we're going to have that for dinner tonight. So, I mean, this is actually extremely good. Obviously, with how much fat is on here, it's not going to last long on the shelf. I have no idea how long it would be good for. This is something that I would make just to like use in recipes for bacon with like a little bit of a different texture. You don't have the chewiness that comes with bacon. It's more crunchy, airy. I think it's good. So I'm trying to think if this is like worth doing because it's a fun new like kind of way to have a different texture of bacon, but it also, I mean, in the end is just very similar to normal cooked bacon. I don't know if it's that big of a difference to go through the effort of freeze drying it. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like it because I love it, but I love bacon just normally the way it is also. So I don't know, this might just be one of those things that you kind of have to just try first and then decide for yourself if you think it's worth the time. I mean, could you want anything more in life than 2 jars full of bacon? This is making me oddly happy and satisfied. We'll have to see how long it lasts. I'll probably use a good amount of this in my egg salad. And then this would be really good scrambled up in the morning, like with eggs. And I'm wondering if I should just store this in my refrigerator just to help the like fat stay fresh longer than it just going rancid sitting on the counter. Is that what I should do? I don't know. You'll have to let me know. Let's head upstairs. I'll show you how easy it is to make a delicious egg salad. And we get to use my homemade mayo that I made the other day. So even better. This is the egg cooker that I love using to do hard-boiled eggs because I never can get them to turn out right when I make them on the stove. But this thing works so good. It's a little dash egg cooker. You poke a little hole in the top, stick it in with some water, and it just cooks them for you perfectly. I'm letting my eggs cool in an ice bath, and then I'm gonna take the shells off and I'll meet you back here to get them chopped up for the egg salad.
Okay, people told me that I was crazy for throwing out bacon grease. Apparently that's a cardinal sin. I need to be using this for cooking. I don't know why I haven't been doing that in my life, but I've just been draining my grease and tossing it. Apparently it's great for cooking potatoes, vegetables, all kinds of things. So I'm gonna start saving it and keeping it in the fridge. Lesson learned.
I'm just dicing up my 7 hard-boiled eggs. Actually ended up being 6.5 because my kiddo saw me cutting these up and really wanted one. So we shared with him. And then I like to put pickles in my egg salad. You could use relish, but I just like pickle chunks in there. So I've got just like 3 slices of pickle, chopping that up, adding it in. The bacon, we are doing like probably 3/4 of a cup, I would say, but just measure with your heart. And then my homemade mayo, I think I probably put in about a 1/2 cup of mayo. I just go until I like the consistency, a little squirt of Dijon mustard, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and that is it. This really is gonna be so good. This looks so good. As I mix it up, I'm just gonna see if I need to add more mayo or not. So, stand by. Time for a little taste test. I'm gonna try to get a bite of everything in it. This is so good. The bacon tastes like extra crunchy and pleasing with it being freeze-dried. It just is a little bit better. I am not even kidding. This might be the best egg salad I've ever made. I'm just gonna chill it in the fridge, and then for dinner tonight, we're just gonna put it on a piece of sourdough toast, and that's gonna be so good. So good. It's delicious. I'm licking everything. Well, pretty much any snow that we did have is already gone. I'm back to saying winter's over. We're done with it. Except we have a wind advisory starting pretty late tonight, lasting all day through tomorrow. So it's gonna be windy, which is not ideal because our fence fell over during the last major windstorm, as did our neighbors. So hopefully it's not too bad, but I think we're supposed to get some more rain too. Maybe snow, but with the temperatures in the 40s, it's like, if there is snow, it's not gonna be like sticking to the ground or lasting around very long. So we will see. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something from this bacon video. It was fun. It was a success, but I don't know that it was like worth the extra steps. Bacon is always good on its own. It was a fun little thing to do freeze-dried though. So I do not regret freeze-drying the bacon. It turned out great. I just don't know that all that effort is needed for a similar bacon experience. It's different, and I would say it's better, definitely better like in the egg salad. It's really good that way, but I don't know if it's enough of a difference to like make it worth it, if that makes any sense. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not subscribed yet, and I will catch you on the next video. Remember, when you freeze dry today, you secure your tomorrow. Bye, friends.